Misty. I'm currently a volunteer with CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate for Children, also known as GAL, which stands for Guardian Ad Litem. CASA is located in Lewiston, Idaho, which also encompasses Clarkston, Washington. I'd like to complete my foundational internship with CASA because they're the best agency I've ever had the privilege to be a part of. They offer excellent training services along with continued ongoing training. The rewards of being able to help a family get back on track speaks volumes. This agency and its staff amazes me because of the dedication everyone has to each individual case and the compassion that is put forth. There are only a few employees in this agency, and each one has volunteers that they supervise and help lighten the load of very large caseloads. I'd like to introduce a couple of these employees and allow them to give a brief description of their role in this agency. Okay, so the first person I'm going to introduce you to is Alana. She works with CASA. Alana, can you tell me about how many cases you have?
I have a total of 36 cases, which is about 67 children. And I work in mostly in 2 counties. I've just picked up Layton County, but it's with Clearwater and Nez Perce.
And how many volunteers do you supervise?
Right now I have 6.
With those volunteers, how do you think those volunteers help with the agency?
Volunteers are crucial to the work that we do. I'm supposed to just supervise the volunteers and make sure they have everything they need to run their cases, to appear in court, do their home visits, advocate for the children and sometimes the parents. Me carrying so many cases kind of takes away from that, so we really need more volunteers, and I need to be able to devote more time to the volunteers that I do have.
Okay, I think that's all I need for this one. Thank you. So the next person I'm going to introduce you to is Catherine. She also works with CASA. Hi, Catherine. Can you tell me about how many cases you have?
I have about 85 kids on about 45 cases right now.
And about how many volunteers do you supervise?
I supervise personally about 10 volunteers.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. I'm really grateful for my volunteers.
How do you think the volunteers help the agency?
The volunteers are our #1 asset of this agency. They have way more time than what the staff does, so they can get closer to the families and to the children, and they can work the cases better than any of us staff members could do because we don't have nearly as much time.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
For anybody who's willing to and who would like to volunteer with CASA, we're always open for more volunteers, so please come down and see us.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
The last person I'm going to introduce you to is Gay. She's the director of CASA. Hi, Gay. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Thank you. The first question I have for you is, how did you come about being director of CASA?
Well, quite a few years ago, I was a CASA advocate, which is a court-appointed special advocate for children. And I have a heart for children, especially those that are abused and neglected. And then just a couple years ago, a friend got a hold of me and said that they needed a director for CASA, and she thought I would be a good fit for that job and was wondering if I was interested in applying for it. So I applied for it, and here I am.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about the agency's mission?
Our mission is to provide a volunteer court advocate for abused and neglected children so they may ultimately live in a safe, supportive, and permanent home. This entails getting volunteers, training them so they learn all aspects of a case, and then helping a child who's come into Child Protective Services get the services they need in order for them to go through the trauma with the least amount of least amount of harm and be able to navigate it. So our advocates are very good at finding out what a child needs and making sure those needs are getting met.
Can you tell me what programs are delivered?
We have one program that's to advocate for abused and neglected children in our community.
And who are the clients that are served?
Our clients are abused and neglected children. So these are the children who barely have a voice, if at all.
Thank you, Gay.
You're welcome.